I know.
He can see it. He can literally walk across into it and see it.
I don't want to make him feel bad, so I don't like bring that up every time. But it's like,
No,
what are you doing?
no, stuff that, because he made our. We had to. We were immersed in his misery
Yeah.
for years. For
Yeah.
years.
We had to listen to him over and over again talk about how it's 12 degrees below zero and
I mean, I was suffering.
his nose is frozen up and just there's big icicles of mucus hanging down.
And worry and,
Yeah.
and complaining, but mostly worry.
I actually spent time praying for him.
All systems.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now it's here. It's here. He can literally walk from where he's sitting over into it and live there. He's not living there.
And he won't even let his cat in.
Well, I wouldn't let my cat in. I'd just give him the old place and feed him there. And like,
Warning.
you can live
Oh.
Warning.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Doors opening. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Stream.
Hang on, I can't hear you now. I'm gonna have to turn you up, I think. Which I can't do. Yes, I can.
Are you streaming?
I am now, yeah. Say something again real quickly.
Hello.
Something.
Hello? Something.
Okay.
Well, he went really quiet. You could hear him, and then through his speech,
Multiple contacts on my spot.
very quiet.
Sorry.
Like he was
Bring my
further-
mic
further
up.
from
now
his mouth.
you're super loud. I got to turn you back down some.
Yeah, I think because I'm drinking my hot chocolate and moving my mic, it's extended
Okay.
out from my headset.
All right, you
Sorry.
got to make up your mind there. Okay. And I'm way behind everybody. There's some strange mode here.
Does anyone know about telescopes?
Yeah, I do quite a bit.
A little bit.
I've made one.
So is at my mate's place in Newcastle. He bought a house up in Newcastle, and it's beautiful. Like you can sit out on this extended back area, and you can lie down on these outdoor couches that he's got, and you can look up into the Newcastle night sky. And the Newcastle night sky is lovely because it's not polluted.
Does it
You
have
see an awful lot
castles?
of the Milky Way. Sorry?
Does it have castles?
No.
Oh, go on.
No, it used to be a steel place where they used to manufacture. Actually, they still do manufacture a lot of stuff. Anyway, process a lot of stuff. Sorry. Anyway, for export. So I thought, because it's new, I was going to get him some this, that, and the other thing, and then I realised he actually really liked looking up to the night sky. So I thought I'll get him a telescope.
Yeah.
So I've been looking online, and I don't really want to spend over $1,000. Like I'm happy to spend around $500 on it. There's these desk ones that you kind of sit on a table, and they're sort of electronic or something. And then there's these old style standing ones with a tripod or whatever it is. And then there's these ones that you need the phone, because I think the phone helps direct.
So you can just put in a location and have it dial it in for you.
You don't want to be stuck looking at that little eyepiece all the time. It's annoying. I hate them things. The ones where you can connect your phone to it and then use the camera as a view source looking into it, and then you can see the image on your phone. They're glorious. And but the thing I found the best, if you're going to get a telescope, is get an electronic one that does manual tracking. When you actually like get your scope out and start looking at the moon and everything, you notice that everything is constantly moving, and you have to keep adjusting. Like every 30 seconds, it's just like.
I mean, that does automatic tracking, not manual tracking.
Yeah, they got automatic tracking ones now that aren't that expensive, and my mom bought me a really nice manual tracking one that I've used a couple times last summer. I want to use it more, but I found through that I'm glad I didn't spend $500 on one, a regular one, and I'd rather spend the extra little bit to get one that's got the manual tracking and so it's
Auto tracking.
Yeah, or auto tracking. Yes.
It's Fox 5.
Okay. All right, that's good advice. Thank you. Albania. That's very good advice.
Careful.
Here's something else to consider. Is that
Because I didn't know if they needed like an
If
app
multiple
or
enemy
something
assaults
to use
Fox
those.
7.
they usually use an
I
app
don't-
if they're connected to your phone now, but you can have
Some
some of them have
are built in the
controllers that
scope.
are attached to them instead.
Some it's all built in the scope and it has its own
Main enemy force.
hardware and stuff, and those ones are normally a lot better.
Okay.
But even this app phone tracking ones that
Anyone on
hook
this-
up to your phone, use your phone as a
listening?
computer
I
to
can.
compute all of it. those still work
He's
pretty
having-
good. What I've seen.
He's having an operation on his hip, and he's coming out of surgery this weekend, I think. So I didn't want to do it too early.
So something else to consider, and this only makes it more complicated, so you're welcome ahead of time, is that there are two basic types of scopes that you can buy, and one is a Newtonian, which uses optical lenses as the primary gathering of light, and then it bends those lights through some other lenses, and then finally down to the eyepiece at the end of the scope, right? And those are great, but in order to get one that collects enough light to see very dim objects, you have to spend massive amounts of money. So if you're looking at fairly bright objects, they're fine. But if you're looking at really dark objects, they don't gather enough light to really see them or well. And then there's Dobsonian ones, which are basically large mirrors that reflect the light down at the bottom of the telescope back up to a little mirror at the top. And that little mirror at the top bounces it into an eyepiece.
Just get the largest diameter.
And so you can get a Dobsonian, you can get an 8-inch one, cheaper than you can get a 4-inch probably Newtonian one. You get a lot more light gathering, and you can get those on mounts that track also. So that part's not really.
So you get a
an
Dobson
issue.
with an automatic tracker.
Get a Their Dobsonian ones are bigger because you get bigger mirrors, right? So I built a 10-inch Dobsonian with my sister years ago, and it's a pretty big tube, but you can see really faint nebula that are and stuff you would normally see just a little bit. Looks pretty spectacular in them. They're so bright. They're so bright that if you look at the moon, you actually have to put a disc in the front that blocks out most of the light.
Yeah. I bought a telescope years ago for a friend's daughter when she was 12, and I remember they had the moon. They had like a moon filter that they had to put out the lens.
Yeah, because it's just too bright. So take a look at the differences and decide which one you think you'd like. The Dobsonians are larger, but they collect a heck of a lot more light. If he's got a place to store it, keep it or use it easily, then great. He'll love that. If he doesn't have a whole lot of room, then a smaller, more compact Newtonian one might be better. But you can get a compact Dobsonian too. It's just that you get the bigger and bigger sizes. You get that extra light.
No, I want to make it as inconvenient as possible.
Yeah, right. You could get a 6-inch Dobsonian, and that would be very bright compared to like a 4-inch. It'd be more. I mean, I would get the Dobsonian because a lot of the things you want to see, you see these beautiful pictures online of all these stunning galaxies and nebulas and stuff, and you think, I want to see that, and you go look, and it's like, I'm not even sure if I'm looking at the right place because it's so dim.
Well, he wants me to, like, if I'm going to get it from him, he said, you've got to come up and use it with me. I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
If you got an opportunity to use somebody else's and learn how to use them and stuff a bit, I would definitely do that. Because just learning it from scratch and watching videos like I did, I'm not going to lie, it was discouraging many different times. I almost gave up. It was like, this is stupid. This works. But then
Why'd you feel that way?
Huh?
Why did you feel that way?
Because you're like looking for a needle in a haystack, basically, when you shine it out into space, unless you're looking at the moon or some of the bright stars that aren't stars or the planets in our solar system. If you can identify those, but it's when you're. It's one thing looking up and seeing it with your eyes, and it's another thing using your scope, your tool, to hone in on that little dot that you're looking at with your eyes. And then, as I said, everything's moving constantly. Some stuff is moving faster than others.
In Top Heroes are super hard to find. Check behind the waterfall in Crimson Canyon.
I couldn't keep them in the frame long enough to adjust all the different things you got to adjust to bring it into focus. And before I had to try to keep moving the dang scope, following it. And then I gave up on that, and I started looking at the moon.
It's 1,000 millimeters.
The moon was a lot easier, but it was still
nice.
Like I haven't got a clear shot of the moon yet through my scope because it moves too fast and it got behind trees on me before I had it all adjusted. But
so let me just chat GPT all the requirements and see if they can source something in Australia for me quickly. So I'm going to write some stuff in ChatGPT and you can correct me. Okay. Looking to purchase a Dobsonian telescope.
You may not care. You might want to just let's see what's the best. Like look for the best.
Auto tracking and mobile phone viewing in Sydney.
Ready? If you guys are ready to drop, I'll do a countdown.
Australia.
3, 2, 1, launch.
And
if you just do a search for best budget under $1,000 telescopes, they'll list Dobsonian and Newtonian, and you can kind of then get some information about each and make a choice that way too. I haven't kept track with the current newest stuff. You can usually build one and grind your own mirror if you got time and don't mind grinding your mirror.
Skywatch 130mm collapsible virtuoso GTI Wi-Fi, $749. Or Celestron Star Sense Explorer tabletop Dobson telescope, $625.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Looks good and big.
What's 100? It's how many millimeters? 100 and what?
Dobson, sorry?
100 and what? 20 millimeters?
Let me.
How many inches is that? Put it into human terms.
I will do everything.
Jax, I just posted one in Discord here. And
yeah, I'm going to put what Discord. Sorry, ChatGPT. Oh, what's this? The message is too long. Oh, get the hell out of it.
Also, if you can find a used one of one that's about $1,500 or $1,600 or $1,700 for $1,000, you'll get a lot more telescope that way. And usually they're in pristine condition in most cases.
Sorry,
somebody bought it and didn't use it. You know, they got it for their kids or whatever, and they kept it for a while, and they realized they weren't going to use it.
There's this one.
Howdy, everybody.
Hold on, I don't think that's the right one. I don't think that auto tracks.
There's this one. See.
I know it's a popular one. When I was looking through scopes last year, that one always is coming up, and people are recommending that one.
I like these tabletop ones, I have to say.
Yeah, there's something nice about that.
Yeah, Skywatch Classic 250, 10-inch traditional Dobson telescope. Is that a table one? God, everything's so cheap in America. That's so annoying.
Oh no, most of the auto tracking ones are like cheapest $1,000 for a decent one. So.
We got you, buddy.
I like this one. Oh, the Celestron Star Sense Explorer 114mm tabletop Dobson telescope. $384 US, but it'll be 5 something. Yeah, it's got everything. It's got the phone. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay. Why is that good? Is that a Dobson? Yeah, it's a Dobson.
Where's the link to that? Let me take a look at it. Oh, are we in match? Oops. I better get moving here.
Why is that good though?
Where should I go? I don't know where to go. I'm lost. I guess I'll go this way.
Target spotted.
Oh, I see why. Yeah,
what's this guy doing, Dobson? Archer?
But
target spotted.
Airstrike online.
Yeah, I think I like this Celestron.
Celestron's pretty well known. I thought they went out of business, though.
Target spotted.
Are they out of business, or are they still in business? Might want to check that.
Tabletop
I mean, you get a good deal on it. It doesn't really matter, probably. Hang on, reinforcements are on their way.
6 inches, is that's not very big, is it?
That's not very big, no. 8 would be the smallest I would go. If it was up to me.
I'd get a 10-inch.
Yeah, if you could get 10, but that's going to be big for a desktop, right?
Target acquired.
It's a note, and they're more expensive. Especially with all the auto tracking and the tech they want.
So I actually think this first one is the fun.
But if you're going to spend $1,000, you might as well spend $1.50 and that extra $5,000 will make all the difference with the telescopes, from what I researched. And why I gave up on trying to get one, because I don't have that type of money to spend.
Over.
I'm going to
Well,
play
the one I'm
around.
looking at's about 600, I think.
He stands on fire. Ooh, I did some damage that time in a kill. Nice.
Celestron
Artillery strike.
Star Sense Explorer 114mm tabletop Dobson telescope. So the 114mm is what we're talking about in terms of like that size, is it?
Did you put a... Yeah, it's the width of the reflector. Diameter of the reflector. Where's...
8
Where
inches.
is there a link to what you're looking at?
I'm doing it in ChatGPT. I've got all the stuff looked in. Oh, here we go. Oh, they're about 740. Saxon Dobson telescope. The Saxon one looked good.
Bresser, Omegon, Dobson Plus, Push. Let's see, what's this? 127, Celestron Nexstar. $1,000. It is a...
Yeah, the one I should actually get him is the... Oh, yeah, look at that. That's $2,000. I'm not paying to spend $2,000.
No, you don't want to pay $2,000. If you could get it used for half price, that'd be good. There you go.
200mm aperture, 120, 1,000 budget. No, that's
Service
insane.
primary connection. What's the...
Boils down to, do you want to see what you're looking at? Do you want to see what you're looking at with a clear or a fuzzy image? The cheaper ones, smaller ones, you might be able to see a lot of this stuff, but it's going to be fuzzy, shitty images, especially the further away it is. The bigger you go, the cleaner and better the image gets. The more money you pay, the bigger, cleaner the image gets. So that's basically
and brighter, and the larger you go, the brighter it goes. And then your eyepiece has a lot to do with how sharp and clear it is.
Yeah, then you gotta learn about eyepieces. There's a couple different kinds and
various quality levels that you can get on eyepiece.
Yeah,
It'll come with a basic kind of wide angle one. But
It's
you
just
can usually...
Newtonian. No, I want Dobson.
You don't know that you want Dobson. I just was telling you the differences, right? So you could
No, I
say...
like the idea of Dobson.
Yeah. Okay.
Saxon produces Newtonian ones, not Dobson ones.
Dobson's a good place to start.
It is a good place to start. Usually Newtonian are pretty expensive, especially for...
And really,
light
you
gathering.
just looking at it and having fun looking at it. You're not doing research. You're not trying to send a spaceship over there. So like I said, it just boils down to how well do you want to see what you're looking at. Do you want a nice, clean, crispy image? Do you want... If you want clean, crispy, you got to spend more money and get bigger stuff.
127 millimeters is only 5 inches. So that's not a very big telescope.
Now, if you're going to look at the moon or
fine.
some of the planets, the cheaper ones will work just fine. But if you want to look at the galaxies and the stuff that's far out,
You want like a 200 millimeter, which is like an 8-inch one. And it's going to be big, but it'll be glorious. And a 10 would be even better. which would be 254 millimeters. Is my stream not functioning? Oh, it's going. Okay, that's weird.
It's working to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, these Dobson ones look so good. So I'm looking now at 1,500 for everything I want and $2,000. I'm not
Stands on fire. I'm like ChatGTP, but smarter. I just saw a chart of the rough. That's loud. Rough. I guess I'll wait for this thing to get done shooting.
Artillery strike activated. Left torso.
The rough
footprint
intelligence
damage.
of the smartest AI right now on an IQ score is like 130 IQ points.
Left arm destroyed.
Okay, I think I know what I'm getting.
Which means I'm smarter
I
than
will-
the smartest AI, but only by a few IQ points. So then I'm thinking that's not good because in another 6 months they'll be smarter than me.
Okay, I'm going to link in Discord what I think I'll get. Over budget, but it looks amazing.
I want one. Will you get two and send one to me?
No, I'm only going to
What's
buy
that?
one.
Would you get one? Would you get one for me to get for myself? By myself?
Wait, a telescope? You're doing something else now, Drax?
For a mate of mine, not for me.
He's out of control again.
Oh, okay.
Was that one automatic tracking?
Yeah.
Where'd you put the link?
That
Doesn't
looks
look like it.
cool.
Discord.
I could lower the game volume, but then right now it's not the game volume that's the problem. I want the game to be fairly immersive. It's just people come in sometimes and they're softer or louder, and
Oh, it's a new
I
timing
can't hear
one.
myself think if I'm trying to talk over those explosions. It's like, wow, bing, bang, boom.
I don't know if actually it's automatic.
I think it is. With the knobs on it, it's looking like a manual.
Yeah, I get that stands on fire. I was just making a humorous statement. It's AI's way smarter than I am in a lot of different types of tasks.
Let's say no motors or things that will move it or spin it, because you need it to spin and
Welcome, Crimson Eye.
rotate up and down automatically, and that doesn't look like it has any of that.
Where is it? No, I don't have a link to it. I can't even see it. What are you
So
talking
if you go
about?
to Spec Ops, it's right there. It's the bottom. It's the last thing that's posted.
Yeah,
Oh, now
wow.
it's there. It wasn't there before. I had to refresh it.
It was there the whole time. What do you mean?
I had to refresh it. It didn't show up for me for some
It was
reason.
there. We're telling you, it was there.
I know he was telling me. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. So that is a fully manual base, like Hellbringer's saying. So you got to track it by hand. So it's great because it's an 8-inch, but you're going to have to. I don't think it's auto
So
tracking.
really, I need to be
Is it?
spending about $2,000 if I want automatic tracking here in
Not
Australia.
necessarily for something that large, probably.
8-inch and above, like all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here.
I might go.
These are heavy
next
also.
week. So basically, Skywatch 8 go-to collapsible is the thing I want.
Not the Celestra and Star Sense Explorer 8.
The only thing is, I don't know if he really wants automatic tracking because, like, you got to get a cord and a cable and use it for that. Yeah, look at those. Yeah, all automatic track. Oh wow.
Here's this. See this 10-inch Dobsonian Skywatcher Classic 250. If you're gonna hand track, then this would be the way to go. Here's the deal, though. I highly and just Hellbringer's made the same comment. I'm just gonna let you hear it from me from a different angle. I would highly recommend whatever you get, make it so that it automatically tracks. And here's why. A, it makes night viewing much more fun because you can just look at stuff, and you can have somebody else get up to the telescope, and you know that by the time they get there, the object hasn't, if it's a really far, high magnification, really far object, By the time you change eyepieces, get your eye in front of that eyepiece, somebody else gets their eye there, it's gone. And they try to move it, and then it's lost, and you take 5 minutes finding it again. More importantly, though, is that with a self-tracking telescope, you can put an adapter on it and put a camera on it and start doing night photography, astrophotography.
You can do that with manual tracking too.
You can, but you can't do long exposure, so you can't do a lot of nebulas or things like that.
Well, yeah, you just don't have the tracking turned on. You just have it.
You can't hand track a very dim object because it moves while you're taking the exposure and it blurs. So you got to have tracking for that. So if you want to do nebulas that are fairly dim and fairly far away, and you need a 30-second exposure, you got to have automatic tracking. So it kind of depends. If you think you'll get into astrophotography, which is kind of cool, then you want the tracking. And if you want to minimize frustration, like Hellbringer was saying, you want auto tracking. And if you want to be able to find things that you would never be able to find easily otherwise, you want auto tracking, because you can literally plug in, I want to go see this nebula. I want to see M13. I want to see the Andromeda Galaxy. And you don't have to look for it. It just points to the right spot. Then it locks on.
If you don't have auto tracking, you're going to spend 3/4 of your time tracking it.
Yep.
And that gets old fast.
Yeah.
Within,
Right, so I can go to Bintel, which is a telescope place in Sydney tomorrow. So I'm not going to go to Northern Sydney. Screw that. I'm not going to go to Melbourne. I'm not doing that.
All set. But here's the drop. Ready? 3. Oh, Crimson, did you want to join us? Okay. All right. Sorry, just checking. 3, 2, 1, launch. Stands on fire. There are some times it finds information I don't know because I can find academic arguments. I've had lots of conversations, not lots. I've had a few conversations with it about different things that I'm well versed on, and it's wrong. Are obviously wrong, because it takes a popular consensus and assumes that's correct, and often it's out of date. Because popular consensus is almost always out of date, it seems like. It's mostly useful as a search for information, but it finds bad information too, so I have to test for information. Yep. Oh, you beat it in all logical arguments? That's interesting. What's also interesting that, like, as soon as it'll tell me an answer to something and I tell it why it's wrong, it'll say, oh, you're so correct. I don't know if it even goes and checks me, right? Like, I can tell it why it's wrong, and then it can say, oh, yeah, you're correct. But then if you ask it again later, it'll give you the same wrong answer. So it's not really self-correcting yet. I think, it's going to get there,
some of these
but it's not there
telescopes are just astronomical. Oh, wow. What's open now? Oh, I could go right now. Okay. Telescopes.
Yes, and it's super friendly about how stupid it is. I was having it make a spreadsheet, and it was a disaster. A total waste of time.
0 to say 1500.
But that said, it's progressing very quickly, and features are improving rapidly. It doesn't remember your conversation. It's AI safety. The safety part is not having it remember your conversation. Is that what you're saying? Maybe that's probably a good idea.
What's the Zwotar
I don't know.
S50 smart telescope? It looks tiny.
It's probably 50 millimeter, which is 2-inch. Probably is tiny.
Some of these look amazing.
Some of them are stinking amazing. But you can see here, like this link that Hellbringer gave you at first, it's got a 40 millimeter wide angle eyepiece for a 2-inch barrel, $400 just for the eyepiece optic, right? So you can get some really nice optics.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Versus a whole kit for 1.2 inch barrel, 1.25 inch barrel for $209, you get 6 lenses, 6 eyepieces. So there's a huge difference in the optic quality of a lot of these. And it's not just sharpness and color accuracy, it's also fringing on the sides and how wide open it is when you get your eye up to it. So it's more comfortable to view. You're not having to get your eye just perfect to see it well. And
it's the part I can't stand about any of the eyepieces and trying to look at them. You got to get your eye just right to see it, and then it's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you got to get a more expensive eyepiece to minimize that. And you can also put cold cages on your DSLRs and freeze the sensors down, and then you get better low light sensitivity too. There's lots of things you can do. I got a 4K
screen on my phone, so when I hook my phone up to it, I can put it in high resolution view, and so the images it's capturing through the eyepiece look amazing.
Yeah.
I've looked at these ones. These are interesting. I don't know if they're any good, but this is where it's like, this seems to be like the latest tech.
What is it? Oh, here it comes.
It's called a ZWO Cita S50.
Oh, but it's a tiny little optic. That's a tiny little lens. It's not going to do any good at all.
Okay, we'll forget that one then.
I'm sure it's cool, but it's a toy as far as
the
optic.
No.
Yeah, I don't see how you.
It's a 2-inch primary. It's a Newtonian design. It's like a pair of binocular. It's a monocular.
Is a 5.1-inch parabolic primary mirror bad? Is like, because I want it to be 8 inches.
You want 8 inches or 10 inches? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is only a 2-inch thing.
Bigger is better for that, but you really don't want to be under 8.
I totally agree. You really don't want to be under 16, but nobody can lift a 16-inch telescope by themselves.
That's like next level up from a 10.
Yeah, well, those stuff's thousands. I'm not spending that much.
Yeah, then I was just about to say, but then you're looking at crazy.
You could hand grind a 16-inch mirror and build your own telescope.
I mean,
Mechs can't even make Ocean Bay or Red Lobster cheesy biscuits, right? I'm pretty sure you can make them.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, thank you.
I know that's cooking compared to building something, but same difference.
Resource point Sigma is now controlled by the enemy.
There's here in Oregon, there's I think a 24-inch telescope up in the mountains you can go view through. That's really nice. University of Oregon has it. And there's certain nights you can come up and use it. And over in Eastern Oregon, in Bend, they have I think a 16 or a 20-inch.
Target spotted.
They do nightly sky parties. You can see quite a bit with a 20-inch telescope.
What am I saying is 8 inch? What's the thing that's 8 inch?
8 or 10. Oh, 200 millimeters or 250 for a 10.
What is 8 inch?
The telescope.
The primary reflector. There's a mirror at the bottom of the tube that's concave and.
Target spotted.
That's what you're talking about. The primary mirror.
So I would like auto tracking minimum 8 inch reflector. Anything else I want in it?
8 or 10 inch auto tracking.
Auto track. All you need is 8 to 10 inch auto tracking and the phone attachment, so you can attach your phone.
Yeah, an easy easy interface and a way to do photography.
Now, if you want to go crazy and take beautiful pictures and stuff, you might have to spend some money for better, bigger. But just to play around, have fun, look at it, have good pictures, good images, have fun. Auto tracking, 8 to 10 inch phone attachment. All you need.
They are a quarter of the way there. Do not let them push ahead.
No matter what brand, no matter Obsidian, Custodian, Plutonium, none of that really matters.
Plutonium.
You just need those 3 things to start out with. And then if you find that this is something you like and you want to get further into, then delve deeper and 2, 3K on one.
Yeah, you could always add a DLSR mount to it later if you like the phone, route, and then think, gee, I want more light sensitivity, less graininess of the images and stuff, and get the raw file so you can mess with it better. You can change that up by just adding a $100 adapter tube.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, this one here for 25 grand.
Are you going to get that one?
No, I'm not. Seems like things over 2 grand, you sweet.
Target acquired.
I'm not spending that much. These 949.
Target destroyed.
There's one here for 949, but I don't think it's 8-inch.
Why have you deserted me?
Major torso critical damage. Warning incoming missile. Heat sink destroyed.
Okay, I died again. I'm good at dying in this thing.
Flag critical damage. Left torso destroyed.
Stands on fire, that's wrong. I talk directly to the AI. I plug in. I have an optical fiber port on the back of my neck, and I plugged right into the server. And I can talk directly to the AI. I'm in the Matrix.
Artillery strike online.
Sounds cool, but I think the AI will
Kappa is under control. Gamma is theirs.
Which could be the reason why the AI gets confused, because it's hearing directly from my brain. It's probably over.
So they're recommending an $2,000 one called the Skywatcher Dobson 8-inch collapsible GTO Oscar.
Yeah, but you don't want to spend that much. Can you find a used one?
Target acquired. Critical.
Oscar.
Target destroyed.
I mean, that one sold out anyway. Anyway, whatever.
It's sold out, you said?
Left arm critical damage.
What is like devised?
Left torso destroyed.
Hang on, everybody's killing this last mech here. Can't hear a thing.
An embarrassing defeat.
Okay, go ahead.
Have gathered enough resources.
It's got this like, what they're recommending is this.
You can always get him that, and if he gets tired of it, he can send it to me. I'll pay shipping.
But that, see how it's got some handheld device attached into it, so I assume that's the tracking thing, or it helps you, it'll direct it to look at a place in the sky. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. I'm only going to do one more drop, I think. Oh, that's nice. It's collapsible. That's great. Hopefully they've got exact stops so that you don't have to worry about it losing its alignment.
Range is F/5.9.
That's fairly fast. That's pretty fast.
11 kilos.
5.9 is pretty decent. A lot of hand ones are.
It looks like the
F8.
automatic ones, you're spending sort of 2,000 up, like in Australia. Like I'm sure it'll be less in America, but in Australia it's like 2,000 up.
Let me see if I can find that here and see what it is. Because maybe it would pay for you to fly here and buy it here and then put it in your travel-on bag. It looks like it's 850 here.
What?
850. There's a 4.7 version.
What's the weight? What's the weight?
Wait, what's this? Here's a selling fast Skywatcher 10 f4.7 collapsible go-to Dobsonian. It looks like it has the tracker. Let me check here. Is this the same thing?
I mean, 800 is still going to be like over 1,000 for me because of the conversion. But Then it's the weight.
Space-saving collapsible 2 design, Teflon-based bearings, 2-inch focusing reducer, 8x50 viewfinder, 1200 millimeter f5.9. That's what you said. Highly reflective borosilicate mirror. Borosilicate, sorry. Silicate, can't pronounce it. Tension control handle, and a 48 and a 120x 1 1/4 inch eyepiece. Is that the same thing? Let's go back to yours. I'm going to go back to look at yours.
I'm not looking at Twitch.
I'm not looking at Twitch either. Yeah, same thing. Focus diameter is 2-inch. This one has a bigger focusing tube on it, the one you're looking at. So that gives you a wider aperture to stick your eye around inside of to see it better. So in that sense, this one's a little better. I wonder if they have... Yeah, this is the 2-inch diameter tube. So this one's probably an older model, but it's only $588. And then there's the $850 one that's also... No, it's focus reducer. They might be the same thing. Sorry, there's a lot of features. Oh, this is AliExpress. You don't want to buy it from there. By the time they shipped it and it got damaged, it'd be a piece of junk anyway. But this is at F10 on Ali. I'd be tempted to buy that just to see what it was.
Talking to Bintel, he's saying, look, you really don't need the 8-inch to see some great things in the night sky. So I'm going to go in there tomorrow and have a chat to them. He says, because he's basically saying, like, the one he recommended is 2,000. I'm not spending 2,000.
No, you don't spend that much. But I highly recommend an 8-inch. I would say a 10-inch. So, sure, you don't need it, but you're going to love it if you have it, and you'll see things you can't otherwise really see.
Well, I won't have it. My mate will have it, so who cares?
Well, that's true. This one, the 10-inch, 4.7 for $588. I wonder why it's...
Well, link it to me. So
well, it's AliExpress, so it's going to come from China. It's probably where it's made, right? And who knows what. Working. It says 3 to 5 days. No custom troubles because the company takes care of all procedures. Wholesale retail purchase. Tracking numbers issued immediately.
You know what? I wonder if...
But they want payment through Western Union or Zelle or MoneyGram.
Well, look, I mean, you're in Australia, so if you want to buy some decent clothes code, maybe you could look at Alibaba. Who knows, man?
So I know sometimes.
Yeah, I'm looking now, and it's honestly, it's still quite expensive. It's not cheap.
But anyway, from Beards and Hats, which is B&H Photo, it's $850. The one you're looking at. And the weight, you wanted to know the weight?
Well, for shipping, like if I buy...
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to find it. Specs. Here we go.
Mind you, you could just put the Australian shipping address in. It wouldn't matter, right? Or are they...
I don't know if you might have to call them to do the order. Oh, I think the cheaper one was not collapsible, and this one's the collapsible one.
What's Aussie USD?
But this is not auto tracking, or it is auto tracking. I don't remember. Maybe this doesn't have the auto tracker on it that I'm looking at. Maybe that's the difference. Well, you don't. Where's yours?
So
you have an auto tracker. That's the difference in the price. $1,000 for the auto tracker, basically.
Yeah. I'm just going to go in there tomorrow and pick his brains, because at the end of the day, it's all my mates, not for me. So I don't see. I'm not going to blow my budget on this.
See if I can find this.
I just thought it'd be nice for him to enjoy the night sky.
Yeah. Well, I would enjoy the night sky if you bought me one. Feel free. I want you to help people enjoy things.
Yeah, a mate of mine has gone up to Newcastle, bought a house up in Newcastle, and I was there with him last weekend to celebrate his 50th. And we were just talking about, stuff to get him, and we were both looking up the night sky, and it just seemed like an obvious answer.
Let's see. I know everybody's on the stream. They're going, get back to killing things or dying. Do something important
Yeah,
here.
go kill things. Don't
That's
worry
okay.
about
I
it.
like telescopes. I can't help it.
Good luck on Gumtree.
Where is it? They've got a whole line of Skywatcher stuff here. Here's a 16-inch for $5,200. F44. That would be
Look at
awesome.
this one.
Get
This
this
is
one.
weird.
It's only
$300.
$5,000.
Look at this one. It's only
Yeah, but
$300.
this is only $5,000, and it's a 16-inch.
That much.
You could see my house with that.
That's great. You miss tiny. I think this is tiny though.
You could get a 12-inch for $1,900 if you don't want the auto tracking.
It's
Here
the
it
auto
is.
tracking that's expensive, isn't it?
Yep. Is yours that's because it's a big piece of gear. Is yours the one you're looking at? Is it okay? Here, for $2,000, here is the collapsible Skywatcher 10-inch,
Oh,
250p
mine was 8.
for
Mine was 8.
$1,900.
American,
So this-
right? So that'd be $3,000 Australian.
Oh, sorry, but it would gather every time you go 2 inches, you double the amount of light you collect.
Yeah.
Here-
Go and drop dark. Don't worry about it. I've stopped looking because I'm getting a headache looking.
Here is the
I'm
8-inch.
just going to go visit the shop tomorrow and be done with it.
Here's the 8-inch one for $1,625, but it's an f6 focal length.
Gumtree. Oh, look at Gumtree.
Oh, makes me want to get my
Gumtree.
telescope out looking at these. But I'm too lazy and I'd be tired by the time I drug it out there. I have to take it out to the lake. There's too much. I'm here too close to most of the city stuff to see much here. That's the problem. He's perfectly situated. Is he at a pretty high elevation too?
No, but he's sort of out on the outskirts of Newcastle, so you get to see a lot of the night sky. And Newcastle isn't that. Like it doesn't. It's not a. It's a city, but it's not a major city. It's not like.
Here's the countdown.
It's can't see the night sky.
2, 1, launch. Well, you're down under, so that means the atmosphere is thicker down there, so it's probably harder to see at night. Hey, Dave GT. Bye, Dave GT. Missed you. Sorry about that. I do like higher mounts. You're right. But I would get used to peeking sideways. This one I thought I could peek over the edge there. And if I remember, once I miss and hit the ground enough, I start to realize that I need to side peek. But I'm just not paying attention.
You
Just
always
buy a
do
gold
nothing.
telescope and it will pay for itself when you melt it down. That's right. You don't think that's how atmosphere works? Are you questioning my my scientific knowledge? We know, first of all, we know that at sea level, right, the atmosphere is 14 pounds roughly per square inch at sea level. And Australia is down under sea level, and so it's got to be higher down there. This is obvious. I don't know why you would even question me.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that you'd have a thicker atmosphere down in Australia
No,
because you're down below
You know when
sea
they
level.
used to talk about the ozone layer being depleted?
Yeah, I remember
Most
those
of that
days.
was happening in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, true.
And in the northern hemisphere too. Didn't they have that big problem there?
I'm not saying it wasn't, but most of it was happening in the southern hemisphere,
Oh.
like the Antarctica. I think there was a big hole there.
Antarctica, yeah.
I mean, it's all repaired itself, or they just stopped talking about it. I don't know.
It came back.
It came back.
It's
after
replenished
some
by
time.
They
solar
invented
radiation.
The next thing to be panicked about, which is what global. What was it? What was it? What were they talking
Global
about these
cooling.
days?
We're worried about
Global
global
warming.
cooling.
Oh, but yeah, as soon as they invented that thing, then it was like, oh, now let's talk about this.
It
Let's
could
get
be
everyone
global
together.
cooling could get us though, because the sun's about to
Let's
go through
introduce a new way to tax people even more
a
money
low
and make
point in its
businesses even
cycle
more money. Let's
of
do that.
warmth. We could all be
Yeah.
dead from
Just like
lots
that.
of reasons by Tuesday, but hopefully we won't be.
We're all dying from sugar. That's what we're
Oh,
dying
that's
from.
probably for sure.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And all
That
the
is for sure.
Sugar is
Drax.
responsible for most of the problems in our body.
and all the PCB and all of our receipts that we're then eating as we
Not
touch
just
them
that.
and then touch our food.
Dark.
The processed
Battle.
food, the dairy products, and then the oil. So much things have problem now.
I mean, I will say this: Americans are dying from being American. That's like, the
Yeah,
number one
I will agree
fatality
with
in
you on
America.
that, Drax. 80%. They're dying to their own cheeseburger, which is
Oh.
not a real burger.
Well, technically, Stands on Fire, the atmosphere is largely transparent, but not completely so. That's why we get, the nice warm golden sunsets because we start absorbing blue light. And you get enough of it at an angle and you can see the difference. So there's a little bit. But more importantly, you got to get the telescope up above the warmer air. You get the cool, thin air, and there's less atmospheric interference from just the oscillating, vibrating oxygen molecules and nitrogen molecules in the air.
Just like to show off now, Dark.
We've got, that's right. Hang on, sorry. We've got the weakening magnetic field. That's right. And if that weakens enough, we'll get too much radiation and that'll kill us too. That's right. I forgot about that.
Online.
Go on. Sorry.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Drax, over to you.
That's right.
All systems nominal.
Stands on Fire is more worried about global nonsense.
We have an island called Tasmania, right? And
Yeah.
its major city is Hobart. And in Hobart, there is a mountain that rises above the cloud mass, and there is an observatory up there. But you can go up there, and it's basically a gigantic car park when you get up there, really. That's really what it is.
Why is it a
It's
car
It's a
park?
beautiful drive up, because everyone goes up there to
To stargaze?
go to the observatory. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be spectacular to go and take any telescope up there, because
Yes.
you are so high up. Like, it's a very steep mountain, and it goes above the clouds. Like, you literally drive through the clouds to get to the top. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's dead set, like it's in the city.
I don't really know where I should be going.
Yeah.
Would the mountain getting like
Would be
affected
normal.
from the city lights, or it's just too high above the level?
You get less atmospheric light pollution because there's less oxygen molecules that are refracting, bouncing that light around, and
Because usually
diffusing it.
when you try to do stargazing, you're trying to avoid any light.
You don't want any light pollution, and you don't want warm air. You want cold, still air. That's not actually vibrating
Tassie's
from
cold.
heat.
Tassie's very cold. It's a very cold place.
And you want thin air. You want less air. So all of those things are in high elevations, basically. And usually you don't have cities in high elevations on the peaks of mountains and stuff. So you get away from light pollution. You get away from thick atmosphere that absorbs or distorts light from movement, as well as just absorbing some colors more than others. And
Well, yeah, as I mentioned
it's
to
just
you,
much better.
My school time in a private school was on a mountain, and I spent my 3 years there, and that was like a decade and a half ago, where the pollution wasn't that great yet.
Yeah.
So I can actually do stargazing with my own naked eyes every night.
I was born
can
and
still
raised
watch
in
cool
an ex-prison colony.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys
It's
didn't
a
even
boarding
have
school.
lights, right? You just had
right.
candles at night.
Well, lights. Had to really suck
Oh,
up
yeah,
to the
like-
guards to get lights.
Yeah. And usually they were just matches that would burn out after a few seconds,
Matches if you were lucky.
if you were lucky.
Got two sticks you had to rub together.
Sometimes you have to just set your own clothes on fire.
That's right. Clothes?
What?
What clothes?
Clothes?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
You're so
come on,
lucky.
guys,
We used to
really?
dream of having clothes. When I was young, we grew up in a cardboard box. You had a cardboard box? You're so lucky.
You're lucky.
Warning, incoming missile.
Heresy of this nonsense.
Target acquired.
Right, I'm gonna jump out. I'm done. My brain is fried. Thank you for the chat. I've got some facts and stuff now to talk to the Bintel people tomorrow. Thanks for bringing.
All right. Thanks for the drop. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in.
Yep, no
See ya.
problem. Alright, now he's gone. Stupid Bostoners. God.
You know, it's not his fault he's from Boston, really. We shouldn't hold that against him.
Need assistance.
He can't help it.
Times I thought he'd never be quiet. It's like Boston, you know.
Well, it's not. I don't mind that he's talking. It's that his accent seems so phony.
Target spotted.
It's so, you know, so forced.
Online.
Target
You just
spotted.
been Drax. What's wrong? It's been him.
Yeah, but it's that fake Bostonian. You know, it's that fake Australian accent that he has.
What do you mean by fake Australian?
We've just always teased him that he's really from Boston and that it's not really his real native tongue is really a Bostonian, not Australian.
Oh,
so
come on.
we're just giving him a hard time.
You might as well just say he's a criminal from London, okay? And
We've already said that many times, so we have to keep moving on to other things and going back to the old things.
Stay on the good side
Oh,
of the hill,
come on, you
right
folks.
take E6.
Target spotted.
We're jealous because he sounds so good. It's just not fair, so we have to pick on him.
What in the world you guys have to be jealous of? Like, for real.
He has a great sounding accent. It's
Yeah, why
criminal.
can't I stop?
It's criminal from a criminal.
Target spotted.
Oh, thank God he's not here now.
He's probably listening.
Yeah,
He's
thank
probably
God. Thank God.
he's probably planning his
might be-
jailbreak.
He will get fully work out and awake right now. He will not.
He was
be-
hypnotized by backwards spinning toilets when he was young, so it stands on fire.
Need assistance.
So he can't really help it.
Target acquired.
That's not tonight.
There, Kodo.
Yeah, leave it. Night.
Target spotted. Target spotted. The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Holy cow, there's sure a lot of them there.
Wait, Kodo's still around. He's not out.
Come on, get up here, get up here. Is this guy still here? Nope.
How many more games are you guys still gonna play? Or this is the last match?
We're gonna lose it bad if we don't get here. Yeah, this is my last match.
Last match or last match?
Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
Warning, incoming missile. Heat sink destroyed. Right torso critical damage. Right torso destroyed. Ultra autocannon panel destroyed.
Oh no, my autocannon's jammed. That didn't work out so well. 238. Pfft, I'm not very good in this.
Artillery strike online.
Should have stayed with the
Acquired.
group is what I should have done instead of go after that other mech, but I kind of knew that was a bad choice.
Center torso critical damage.
They are closing in around us.
I mean, that's you, right?
That's me doing the thing I do best, which is being the worst.
Well, I ain't in game, so you guys want to invite me. Otherwise, I'm leaving.
I've got to go to bed. That was my last drop. I feel terrible, but I got to go to bed.
All right.
Maybe Hellbringer will drop with you and Kodo,
Nope.
because they like to cause trouble.
Nope, I actually logged off after I left the group.
Oh my
hour ago.
gosh. Sorry, Crimson.
It's okay.
Do
should
we
go
have
to
two? We have two disconnected
Crimson,
mechs.
maybe Dark will play with you some more battles though. He's good
I
at.
can't. I've got to go to
more
bed.
towards
It's
the-
late. I'm
He's
getting
good
old
at-
and feeble.
He's good at penciling in other people.
His wife and his mother-in-law will kill him. You know.
You
Dark
still
one.
get golden sunlight in the evening at sunset
Dark City wants
from
to play
the
more.
blue light being absorbed by the atmosphere.
Well, you know what's been crazy here? I mean, I think after the couple of months you guys had
Yeah,
the
that is
rough
why they put
weather,
telescopes in orbit. Yeah.
all the heat has come down to our Southeast Asia now. We have been
I
suffering
do want to
from
breathe.
high intense heat with high humid for the like what past 2 weeks. I mean, even midnight is like what almost 96 Fahrenheit here. It's midnight. It's not day. It's not evening. It's midnight.
It's
Crazy.
96 Fahrenheit at midnight there.
Yeah.
I was
with
reading
high
over
humid
here.
dust.
Wow. That's horrible.
It's extreme horrible.
You can't even get cool if you don't have air conditioning. You just have to kind of spray water on yourself all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. After I take shower, in an hour plus, I'll be sweating over again because it's like a living sauna.
Yeah. That's terrible. Okay, guys, got to go to bed. Thanks for the drops. This has been Ghostlands, your favorite place to waste the most important moments of your life with me, your host and guide, Dark Marauder, leading you into the darkness, wherein you shall learn to live happily ever after. Till next time, be good to each other, take care of each other, and be sure to shoot each other's designated targets. Good night, everybody. Good night, guys. Good night, good night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Stands on Fire. Good night, Dave GT.
It would be funny if Drax did actually bought a 20-inch telescope and then he saw dark head somewhere.
I think he should get a 24-inch telescope. If he really loves is it his brother or brother-in-law?
I don't know.
I think it's his brother-in-law or something. If he really loved him, he'd get him the $5,000 16-inch telescope.
You should tell him that. Don't tell us.
He should send it to me.
You know what?